There's a strange transformation that happens to a man who has been without a relationship for a long time. People assume he becomes weaker, needier, or somehow behind. But that's not what really happens. The longer a man has been alone, the more he becomes someone you can't easily shake, manipulate, impress, or distract. Solitude doesn't break him, it sharpens him. And if you clicked on this video wondering what exactly changes in a man the longer he goes without a relationship, stay with me, because this isn't about loneliness. It's about what time, silence, and self-reliance do to a man's mind. Most men don't say it out loud, but there's a question eating at them. Is there something wrong with me because I've been single for so long? The world whispers that a normal man should always be dating someone, talking to someone, or proving himself through someone. But here's the truth you've been looking for. Nothing is wrong with you. What's happening inside you is something the average person will never experience. You're not falling behind. You're becoming more selective, more stable, more grounded, and that comes with a very real shift in how you see relationships, people, and yourself. There comes a moment, a quiet one, when a man realizes he doesn't need anyone to feel whole. That's the first turning point. And once that happens, he becomes dangerous in the best way possible. Because a man who doesn't need is a man who can choose. He stops chasing women, attention, validation, or temporary comfort. His life stops revolving around who might like him and starts revolving around who he's becoming. This is the part that scares people. They can't influence a man who's built himself from the ground up. They can't bribe him with affection. They can't threaten him with loneliness. A man who has been without a relationship for a long time develops a deeper relationship with himself. He learns to stay with his thoughts instead of running from them. He learns to fix his own problems instead of waiting to be rescued. He learns to sit with discomfort until it reveals its lesson. And slowly, he becomes someone who loves differently. Not weaker, not harder, just clearer. He won't tolerate chaos wrapped in beauty. He won't accept disrespect wrapped in sweetness. He won't settle for bare minimum effort just to feel wanted for a moment. His standards rise not because he's picky, but because his peace means more to him now. But here's the part nobody talks about. The longer a man has been without a relationship, the harder it becomes to convince him to enter one. Not because he hates love, but because he finally understands the cost of giving his time, his discipline, and his peace to the wrong person. You don't fear being alone anymore. You fear being with the wrong person. That's the shift. And once that happens, you can't go back to who you were. People start sensing something different about you. They call it coldness or distance, but it's not that. It's self-possession. You're not thrown around by emotions anymore. You're not impressed by surface-level intimacy. You're not blinded by beauty. You see people for who they are, not who you want them to be. You become harder to fool, harder to manipulate, harder to control. Because solitude gave you honesty, the kind most people never taste. And if you've been single for a long time, you've probably felt this shift inside you, that growing clarity, that growing strength, that growing sense that you're not the same man you used to be. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's exactly what's supposed to happen to a man when he stops running from himself. Stay with me to the end, because this last part might explain exactly why your life feels different now. The longer a man has been without a relationship, the more he becomes a man forged by silence instead of company. He becomes someone who doesn't beg for love, but recognizes it when he sees it. Someone who doesn't cling, but stands firm. Someone who doesn't rush into connection, but protects what he's built inside himself. And when he finally chooses someone, he chooses with clarity, not desperation. He gives deeply, not blindly. He loves with presence, not fear. Because solitude didn't make him less of a man. It made him a man who finally knows his worth.